My rapist sent me an Instagram DM confessing to raping me 7 years later. The prosecutor still refuses to press charges. What can I do? Criminal law for the sake of anonymity. I am going to keep this long story short. I was raped in college by a man I did not know and did not ever express interest in. He followed me home from a bar and snuck into my building and waited until my male friend who walked me home that night to get away from him left my building to come bang on my door. At the time I was an 18-year-old white female and this was a smallish college town in the south. I had a lot more evidence than typical campus rape cases, witnesses/text messages/rape kit, and this was not the type of guy that made one horrible mistake. If nothing happened, I knew he would 1000% do it to another girl, which is why I felt it was my responsibility to try to do something. By the time the DA finally officially told me they weren't going to do anything 2 years later because it's difficult to prosecute when alcohol is involved, it was too late for me to pursue a civil suit. It might be worth noting that the man comes from money, and a lot of it. I also found out they never analyzed my rape kit, let alone investigated the crime scene. There were few other things that were pretty sketchy about the police investigation/DA's handling of the case, but I can't get too specific on here. It kind of felt like they were doing everything in their power to not prosecute, and there's literally nothing on his record to show for it, not even a dropped charge. It took me a long time to truly move on and accept that I did what I could, but I finally did. And then a week or so ago, 6.5 years later, I realized I hadn't read message requests on Instagram from a month prior and saw I had something from him. We were not Instagram friends. There were various messages in a row that clearly demonstrate he is not well mentally, but more importantly, at the end he said, "So I guess I raped you. I won't do it to anyone else ever." I was shook. I sent it to the DA's office, who were utterly shocked, and the next day said they'd get back to me in another week, but that I shouldn't get my hopes up because this kind of stuff is really complicated and difficult to prosecute. While they haven't told me officially yet that they aren't going to prosecute, I know in my gut it's not going to happen. They'll find an excuse. So I know I need a lawyer, so please don't give that to me as advice. I am posting this question to see if anyone's ever been through anything similar and knows of nonprofits/resources/pro bono lawyers that might be able to help. I can't sue him, statute limitations, and I can't really sue the government uphill battle, but I also can't just let this go again. If there's anything I've learned recently, it's that things/systems don't change by staying quiet. What can I do to both get a mark on his record and shed light on the justice system that failed me and I'm sure many others? Edit. I received so much helpful advice, referrals, and positive comments, and I can't thank you all enough. I now have a lawyer who specializes in these kind of cases and is going to try to help me push the criminal case through the legal system. If that doesn't work, plan B will be to publish my experience on media/social media. Thanks again. Over the last 7 years, I've stolen thousands of dollars from people's cars. This is a throwaway because obviously I don't want to lose my job or face any legal issues if it's traced back to me. I'm an automotive technician at a very popular car dealership in the US. I service anywhere between 5 to 8 cars a day depending on appointments and day of the week. It all started when one day I was finishing up with a customer's vehicle and I noticed several bills deep between the seat and middle console. Temptation got the best of me, and I looked around to see if any of my co-workers could see me and shoved my hand down and grabbed the cash. I went to the bathroom to count it and it was $55. I had adrenaline pumping through me for the rest of the day from fear of the customer noticing and reporting it. Days went by and it never happened. I got addicted to the adrenaline and started looking through people's compartments and all the nooks and crannies of the vehicle. I get a lot of expensive vehicles and you would be surprised at how many people just shove $20 and $50 bills everywhere in them. Most of the time it's just loose dollar bills and fives from drive-through money and change. I've taken that too. One day I got sloppy and my coworker caught me and asked what I was doing when I was looking under the seats when I was supposed to be working underneath the car. I just said that I thought I lost the keys and luckily he bought it. I was paranoid after that, so I stopped. In total, I've stolen enough money to buy myself expensive watches, video games including a console, and drinks at the bar with my buddies. I've made modifications to my own car and even bought myself two flat screens. I'm still paranoid to this day that my coworkers have seen me but just haven't said anything. I feel guilty, but it doesn't change the fact that I've probably stolen someone's grocery money or kid's birthday money. There's probably more people like me, so next time you take your car to the dealership, make sure you don't have money sitting around.